The ancient Egyptians used to say, if you say a man's name, he is alive. I've done this before, and unfortunately I have to do it again. So today I say Chris Simon, Rick Rippon, Derek Bugard, Bob Probert, Jeff Parker, Wade Belak, John Cordick, Stefan Moran, Steve Chasen, Terrence Tutu, Dan Snyder, Luc Bourdon, Don Sanderson, Tom Cavanaugh, Jordan Boyd, Terry Trafford, Larry Zeidel, Reggie Fleming, Ray Emery, and Steve Monador. The hockey world will comment and weigh in today, and they'll say things like how sad this could have been avoided, yet we have studies and we have information now that one of the most recent studies that have come out in 2023 that enforcers died 10 years earlier than any other NHL position or hockey player. And that's simply because of the job that we did with the repetitive head trauma and the trauma that we take. And we die from accidental overdoses, suicides, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, other neurodegenerative diseases like ALS, Parkinson's, mild dementia, Alzheimer's. And I'm not saying that that's what Chris Simon died from, but I'm sure that the news will come out soon, and there might be some contributing factors. Now, you know, again, a lot of the guys are going to come out and say how sad this is, but a lot of the guys still work for the league, and they have a platform. And once a guy dies, they'll say how tragic this is, yet they won't advocate, and they won't man up and realize that they're promoting a league that is the last professional sports league on earth. Women's soccer, gymnastics, football, rugby, all collision sports have admitted a link to repetitive head trauma and neurodegenerative disease. Repetitive head trauma, not concussions, being repeatedly hit in the head, have admitted a link. Yet the NHL is the last living league to say no, there isn't a plausible cause. They're taking a page right out of Big Tobacco with smoking and lung cancer. So ask yourself, you know, when you go on TV and you promote the fights, Matt Rempe, when you're out there doing your job, I know you're just doing your job, and unfortunately, you know, these medical professionals that work for the league, they're not giving you the whole story because there's a little thing called liability. You know, when you're promoting this stuff, and I know it's part of the game, just be really careful, because this was almost me, and this can be you. Luckily, we have tools, but will the league listen? Will the NHLPA listen? And will the NHLPA, the alumni, listen? Or will they continue to tell me and others who are trying to advocate for these medicines that are deemed FDA breakthrough therapy designation, will they say, well, it's not a medicine quite yet, so we can't really do anything? Will they play the liability card? Because that's all we hear from these doctors. If you're a player out there, and lots of you guys have reached out, which, you know, thank you for trusting us and guiding you through recovery. There is recovery and there is hope. And we can't wait for these leagues. And for the guys that are on TV promoting young men fighting, they're not getting the right coverage from these doctors. So I would say be a little bit more careful. And if you are fighting, just, you know, get a little bit more proactive. What can you do? There's a patented neuroprotectant on earth, the only patented neuroprotectant, which is CBD. You can get that on board. You can strengthen your neck. Unfortunately, hitting your head, you know, you're still going to get damaged. But I think this whole community can do a lot better. You know, this hockey community that touts itself as, hey, we're family, and, you know, we're a tight-knit community. I think it's time to do a lot better. My condolences to the Simon family.